When?
Nathaniel.
How are we doing today?
We're good.
So it is yet another Wednesday, which means we're set up for another installment of the Paranormal Unveiled podcast. First and foremost, I'm really excited about this guest we have tonight. It's going to be our first ever international guest. So that's gonna be really fun. I'm hoping that there's no kind of language barriers, but you know what? We'll cross that bridge when we get there. I know that I did a podcast several years ago with some guys from England, and let me tell you, they spoke a whole different dialect.
It happens.
There was times where I was like, one more again? I have no idea what you just said. And but yeah, so it's gonna be a fun show. First things first, before we get started introducing the guest and all that, I want to let everyone know the Shadows of the Lock Coffee Brew is now available on gruesomebrewcoffee.com. You have to go down to the private labels, and it's $15 for a 1 pound bag.
I'm gonna have to get some when I get up there from you.
Well, I'm hoping to have a few bags available at the Salem event. I'm gonna contact them and see, because I know that they're giving me a discount because it's my coffee. So I'm hoping that the discount's decent enough that I'll be able to get at least 5 or 6 bags for the event, because I know Russ Stiver wants one, and a couple of other people there as well. But yeah, so tonight we have a great show. I think it's going to be an amazing conversation. I am ready to learn a lot because I have not researched a bunch of stuff about this country. I know a little bit, but all the way from Australia, the land down under, we have Hughes of Hecktic Paranormal.
Hey.
Gem, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Not too bad. I appreciate you taking an hour out of your day to come and speak with us.
Of course. No, I'm when you asked me to come on your podcast, I was like, really? Me? Why?
Well, because I think that everyone has a story and everyone should be allowed a platform to tell their story.
Agreed.
And you could be in the field for a year, you could be in the field for 20 years. No one has the same exact experiences, and so we all have our own tales to tell.
Exactly. I agree with that. 100%.
So my first question for you that I want to start off the show with, just because I'm curious, what is it like living in a country where literally every damn thing wants to kill you?
It's a daily sacrifice that we have to make. As soon as you step outside the door, you're expecting something to bite you.
And that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Out of all of those creatures that are like that, is there any of them that you are particularly afraid of?
I'm not really, no. Like, I don't really mind them all. So originally I'm from England, so I moved to Australia 20 years ago.
Okay.
And when I obviously moved over here, everyone was like, oh, you got to watch out for this, you got to watch out for that, you can't touch this, you can't touch that. And honestly, the only thing that I've come up against that's poisonous is what we call a white tail spider or a white tip spider. Oof. And basically, when you get bitten by that, it's very tiny. It's a tiny spider. They can get quite big, but they once they bite you, it can sort of create like a flesh-eating skin.
Oh, like necrosis.
Problem. Yeah, like necrosis. Yeah. So
like our brown recluse. I've got bit by that before. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a few of them. That you get them in your house every now and again, all that kind of thing. I've only seen 2 snakes whilst I've been here, and both were dead.
So when these spiders get into your house, like, what's your approach? Do you throw a sandal at it? Do you take a flamethrower to it? Like,
yeah, usually. So I go with the old deodorant and lighter method and just watch them run, basically.
Yeah. I like it.
And just throw things from afar, pretty much. Yeah.
So you've had paranormal experiences before you formed Hecktic Paranormal with Kate, correct? Is that her name?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay, so you had a lot of paranormal experiences before you guys decided to formulate this team of Hecktic Paranormal.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, Kate's probably had more experiences than what I have. She's actually a psychic medium.
Okay.
I know she hates labels, so I don't really want to speak on her behalf, but that's how, there's through the discussions that we've had, I would say, yep, psychic medium. And she's also a witch, so there we go.
Oh, nice.
So she's probably had way more experiences than I have, and we've had many discussions about our experiences. Majority of the experiences that I've had, I'm still sat on the fence about, and whether I really, really believe. But
right,
that's why we're here, isn't it? At the end of the day,
yeah,
it is.
I love that.
It's all research, testing theories. I mean, realistically, you can have an experience all day long, but if you don't capture any physical evidence of it, it's just that it's an experience.
Mm-hmm.
And so, was it paranormal though? And that's the aspect that a lot of people don't look into. They hear a noise in an abandoned place and they automatically think it's a ghost. You know what? There's probably an animal somewhere in there.
Absolutely.
I have seen a few times there's been vagrants in there just camping out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, you know, you never really know if it's paranormal or not. So I feel like from your bio, you take a little bit of a skeptical approach.
100%. A skeptical believer, I would say. I've had a couple of experiences that I just cannot explain.
Yep.
Again, they're my experiences. They weren't caught on camera, so I can't prove it. I can't show it. But it's something that I don't necessarily believe in it, but it's an experience that I cannot wrap my head around. So,
Gotcha. So would you mind telling us about one of those experiences?
So one of my first experiences, when I was younger, I was roughly 15, 16. I think I was 15. My nana had passed away, and I was very, very, very close to my nana. And we were driving home one night, and literally just round the corner of my house, I swore black and blue that I saw my nana stood on the side of the road. This was obviously after she passed. And still in the back of my head, I go, look, was that just grief because it was very close to when she passed? Or was it her genuinely stood there going, hey, I'm here, you don't need to worry, I'm fine, you know? And obviously I still don't have any answers for that, but that was something that really sort of catapulted me into researching and trying to figure out this veil between our land and whatever other land it is that's out there, you know? So
right. Yeah, so you know, and that's very common, and I've heard about a lot of people having experiences very similar. So I mean, I find that to be a very credible experience because I can't tell you how many countless times, you know, during my time of doing my paranormal work, I've been in the field for a little bit over 18 years, and people have contacted me and they'll say, first thing that I ever noticed in my house was my mother, my grandmother, a family member passed away, and when I woke up, they were standing in the doorway, but they lived in a completely different state.
Yeah.
And so stuff like that is more common than people actually believe.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, a lot of the experiences that I've heard about have always been related to some relative or a friend that's passed. So
you have that connection with them.
Yeah, 100%. But then the other side of me goes, the critical thinking side of me goes, is this just a psychological phenomenon where you want so badly to see these people again?
Right. And that's a very valid point. That is. Because if you think about it, grief can do all kinds of things, you know, within the human psyche itself. So realistically, is it plausible that you knew she had passed and you're seeing this as a psychosomatic effect, a way of your body's own mind coping?
Yep, exactly.
Now, I feel like for that situation, that may fit. Possibly.
Yeah.
But for other people who don't know their loved ones died and then they wake up to the phone call after they saw them.
Yeah.
Those are a little bit weird.
Different.
Yeah. Yes.
100%.
But it does happen though, and that's the crazy thing. So do you guys do you just do ghosts, or do you guys look into cryptids in your area? Because I know Australia has the legend of the Yowie and other things like that.
Yeah, so I personally haven't looked into any of the I mean, I know a little bit about the cryptid things. We've actually got something down here called the bunyip. And that basically translates to the devil or evil spirit.
I forgot about that. Yep.
It is the weirdest looking creature. They say it's between a dog and a seal. So if I don't know if you can picture that in your mind.
I'm looking it up actually.
It's bunyip. So BUNYIP.
Okay.
So they say it's amphibious and it never really comes out on land, or nobody has seen it out on land. It's always been in bodies of water. And it's the weirdest looking thing, basically. I think the first image that comes up when you Google it is like, it looks more like a cat. But then if you go back to, I think it was a 1940s drawing.
Let's see. Hold on. I'm trying. That's what came up. Like, that's one of the first ones.
Yeah, So there's a very similar picture that was drawn. I think it was the 1940s of the weirdest.
That might be it.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah. Yep.
That is, and I'm sorry, but that is bizarre.
It is
Exactly.
bizarre looking,
Yeah.
but I kind of feel like if I am walking through Australia with a saddle, I could probably try and ride that damn thing.
I mean, you probably could. Yeah.
I
If
would
you've got a
definitely
snorkel.
try it. I will probably get eaten in the process.
Well,
But I
video it
I
for
will
us.
go out like a hero.
There you go.
So
Um,
out of your travels in Australia, right? What all places do you know of in Australia that claim to have spiritual activity? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I've not researched too much about that particular country and its hauntings. So this is
Yep.
going to be an interesting, eye-opening thing for me.
Yeah, so a lot of we've got a couple of forests. So the Belangolo State Forest is I don't know whether I can really talk about it, but it was the setting of murders of backpackers. I don't know if I'm allowed to discuss this stuff on here.
Well, if it's public knowledge, I don't
Is
see
it
it.
public
Yeah,
knowledge?
it's absolutely public knowledge. They caught the man, the Ivan Milat. They caught him. He's well aware now. I think that was 1993 that happened. So it's quite recent.
Mhm.
So the Belangolo State Forest is their hauntings are basically, I think, based around what happened with those murders. And then we've got what's it called? Pilger State Forest. And that is supposedly haunted by the Princess Pilger, they've called her. And she was actually an Aboriginal woman that got hit by a truck on the side of a highway.
Oh.
And
I've heard of that one.
Yeah, she hangs around on the sides of highways and people see her quite frequently, apparently. So, yeah, it's a bit.
Yeah, that's a little hanging out by the side of the highway. That kind of reminds me of the story of that white lady that they see in the Chicago cemetery, Gwen. I cannot remember.
Yeah.
I can't remember her
and
name.
I was just there a couple months ago, and I actually did some videos and stuff. I believe, and this don't mark. This is not reading from a book. I believe she had white on, and she appears to certain times or certain people.
Yeah,
or
certain time looking for a ride, and if you give her a ride, you get about a mile down the road. You look in your back seat, and she's nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
It's like a ghostly hitchhiker.
There's been stories of her sort of hitchhiking with truckies and that kind of thing. So, yeah, I've never been there. I've never been to Belangolo State Forest. It's one of the places that I want to go. I believe it's about a 10-hour drive, 11-hour drive from here. So, yeah.
That's rough.
So, road trip it will be. But
that's almost worth getting on a small airplane for.
Oh, exactly. I probably should, but I do love a good road trip as well. So,
never know what you're going. That's what I was telling Gemma earlier. What I had been doing, and you find the strangest things in places. You can stop somewhere for lunch or whatever, and and you're really okay. We're gonna stop by there before we leave.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've encountered some strange things on past road trips when I was a kid. Like, because I was born in New Hampshire. We drove to Las Vegas, Nevada, which is on the other side of the country. Then we drove to Texas. We drove up to Oklahoma, and then we ended up in Alabama. So literally, I've made the whole round of the United States. That's how we accidentally found the world's largest ball of yarn.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's one of those weird things that you don't want to see, but if you have the opportunity to see it, you're like, I have to.
You can't look away when it's just really it's bizarre looking, but it's
is it. So we're talking like wool.
Yes.
Yeah.
A huge ball of yarn.
Is it encased in something, or is it just what is it a museum?
So when I saw it, it was not. It was just out in the middle of a field.
Ah.
I don't know if it still is. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it still is. I think they have it encapsulated in something now. Like they made it like a big container for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and then there's Carhenge. It's like Stonehenge, but someone crushed a bunch of cars and made a Stonehenge replica out of crushed vehicles.
That's kind of cool, actually. I kind of like that.
I think it's awesome, but who in the world has that much time?
Yeah. Well, apparently some people do. I definitely do not.
I definitely don't have that amount of time. And one of the weirdest monuments I ever got to see before it actually got struck by lightning and had to be torn down was the Georgia Guidestones down in Columbus, Georgia.
Oh yeah.
And that was a really cool place because it basically was 3 obelisks that appeared overnight. No one knows how they got there. No one ever claimed making them. But
Yeah.
they were 3-sided, and on each side was, I think it was 20 rules to control the population written in 9 different languages.
Yeah, right.
It was super cool to see.
Yeah.
But we're off on a little pig trail here, so let's get.
We do that.
That's what
We
it's
do
all
this.
about.
We do. But well, that's why I told you that you never know where the conversation is going to go. It kind of goes
I
where
would
it goes.
never have known about a massive ball of yarn. So
That's fair. That's fair. So, when it comes to the paranormal, what do you think? Or we discussed earlier, you know, the spirit that you saw of your grandmother. You said, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
was that your like aha moment? The light bulb clicked on, and you were like, "I need to research this," or was there another occurrence or moment that happened in your life that forced you in that direction?
Yeah, look, I think it was that. Honestly, I think that was my moment of I need to start reading. I need to start seeing what other people are doing, researching. Before all of that, I was very into. Was very very popular in the UK. Most Haunted. I don't know if you've heard of that, but it was very popular.
I actually love that show.
And then obviously a lot of stuff came out about them, and that was really disappointing. But
Oh, it was. That was the one with Yvette, correct?
Yvette, yeah, Yvette Fielding, yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that show.
I did also.
Yeah, and then unfortunately they had some unsavory characters on that program, and it really turned the whole thing upside down. And obviously TV glamorizes everything as well. So
Oh yeah.
If there was nothing going on, then yeah, I don't know, it just got a little bit too much, a little bit too irritating to watch. I think the more research that I did and really sort of dug into the world of the paranormal, it was kind of like, why am I watching this shit for? You know?
Right. That's fair. That's fair.
But now they've transferred over to YouTube, I actually like watching a couple of their new stuff that they've had.
I wasn't aware they transferred over to YouTube.
Yeah, they went over to YouTube, so then now all over YouTube.
Oh, nice.
I'm about to check it out.
Yeah,
UK. And the UK is definitely no slouch to hauntings either. Like it's one of the most haunted places in the world.
Yeah, well, that's what they say. Yeah, it's massive history, obviously, over there as well. It's the same as you guys. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to get back to England again and do all the haunted stuff, but it's just time and being able to get back over there. You know, I started most of my paranormal stuff when I moved to Australia, as in doing actual tours and, you know, researching about Australia. So I haven't had the chance to get back to the UK and do any investigations really, which is a bit sad, but
no, you'll get there. You'll get there.
Yeah.
Time,
Yeah,
patience.
100%.
Time and patience. So out of the tours that you did when you first got to Australia, right, was there one of them that you can recollect being your favorite?
Yes. So one of the first tours that I did was at the Beechworth Asylum. It's located not too far from where I am. It was more inspiring, actually. I think it just made me want to do it even more. And it was with a group that ran the tours out of there. Never met them before or anything like that. But the place itself was just insane. The things that happened. So I need to go back a little bit because when I go and investigate a place, I always say you have to go back multiple times before you actually get a true feel for the place. It's like moving house. You know, when you move house, you go in the first night, you hear all these creaks and these knocks and bangs and new sounds and all that kind of thing. We can't say that that's paranormal. So I think we have to keep repeatedly going back to these same places and getting a feel for the place and trying to understand how the place works and all that kind of thing. So obviously when I first went there for the first time, it was intense. Like the feelings was intense. And I'm not a person that walks into a place and gets easily distracted by what's going on around me. I'm quite sort of not withdrawn, but in myself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I call it hyper focusing.
Yeah, I just sort of go into myself and sort of try and analyze every little spot and noise and sound and all that kind of thing. So for me, it was just the weirdest place, and I'd not yet heard anything about the history of the place. I'd jumped online and seen little stories about the place, but not had enough to influence this feeling of pure like, oh, I just don't want to be here. I feel horrible here. So that was obviously another big moment of me going, right, let's do this. Let's get in there. Let's start researching this place and all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, I believe the actual asylum itself has sort of slightly been taken over, and half of it is now apartments. So it's probably a place that I won't return, I don't think, not to investigate anyway. I think they've shortened down their tours and that kind of stuff, and I don't think they really do private things as well anymore because of the apartments obviously being so close, or part of the asylum, should I say.
Right.
So,
and let me tell you, if you want haunted apartments, that's how you get them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. I would quite gladly go live there. I've got no problems with that.
Oh, same.
Yeah,
I was actually about to say, if you wanted to know a little bit more about the history, it's not a place that I've ever researched before, and I love researching new places.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't mind looking into some of the history, and maybe I can come across something that you didn't find.
Yeah, he's really good at it.
Yeah.
So as an example, this is my research folder from Medfield State Hospital.
That's amazing. I love that.
That is one location.
That's so good. And nobody does that. Nobody does that. Nobody researches like that. And nobody has paper copies of all the experiences, the stories, the buildings history. They just don't do that anymore.
They don't. It's a lost art.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that right there, that's every property record from 1909 up to 1949 or 59. And I have a completely separate folder that has the list of everyone buried in the cemetery. I think it's 1,400 people in the Medfield State Cemetery.
That's amazing.
I have a folder that has that whole list. But now, when I go down there, if I walk the grounds, and I do EVP work, or I can match up names if I get names.
Yeah, that's amazing. 100%, and that's what you need. Yeah. We sort of have a look. Sorry for butting in, but we do have a little bit of a system when it comes to investigating as a team. So I'm very fortunate to investigate with my dad. So my dad's very into everything.
I investigate with mine as well.
It's so good. The team is my dad, myself, Kate, and her husband Ramon, and Ramon's the historian. My dad's the cameraman. I'm the one that. Kate and I are the ones that go in completely blind because I don't want to have that influence of knowing information of a new location, if that makes sense to you.
I do that most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously you hear little stories and things like that, but we won't know names of people that have potentially passed there or, that kind of information. We won't have any of that. And I'm not a medium. I'm not a psychic. I'm none of that. I don't do any of that work. But I do like to go in not having any knowledge, just so you get to experience this place firsthand. And if you do experience something and you can corroborate with other information, that makes it all the more better for me.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. And unfortunately for me, I'm now at the aspect because my team is my father, my mother, my brother, and my girlfriend, Morgan. Morgan's a psychic. So when I do locations now, we got an event coming up. Actually, this coming Friday, we're going to be at a place over in Hecktic here in New Hampshire. And I'm going to be head deep into research on that place this week because as Morgan walks through the property, she's going to pick up on things. Yeah. And I need to be able to tell her whether or not she's correct on what she's picking up. If I don't have this information, then I'm just going to tell her, I don't know.
What are you looking at me for?
Yeah. She's really good at it too. She's really good. Yeah. That's awesome. Saturday, she says. Saturday.
It's Saturday, Friday, Saturday. Same thing.
She has to keep you straight.
Exactly.
Look, this is why I have a calendar that I never look at.
Yeah, they're pretty much useless to me too.
I mean, it's up here and all my stuff's written on it, but I might look at it once a month.
It is what it is.
it's useless to me. So I know you don't use psychic. I know, it's just the way I describe it.
Yeah. It's the way he describes your abilities. There you, because she has them.
Yes.
She does.
Yes. So out of all the places that you've been to, though, do you have a favorite place you've ever investigated?
Yeah, the old Geelong jail for me is the place. I absolutely love that place. We've caught so many crazy EVPs. There was one particular EVP that my dad had caught on his recorder. So what had happened was he placed it on top of one of the red boxes, the fire extinguisher boxes. He placed it up there, and we'd all left the building. None of us knew that this recorder was there, which was good, because then obviously it catches people talking and all that kind of stuff. But we'd actually left the building, and when he came back, he picked it up and turned it off. When we came to review or when my dad came to review the recorder, he rang me and he's like, "You got to get a listen to this." So he sends me the file. I think I was actually with him. I went over and sat with him, and he's like, "What does this sound like to you?" And I was like, "One, where have you got this recording from? Two, what in the actual?" So where he placed the recorder was right underneath the gallows.
Oh.
And this sound is horrifying. It sounds like someone is being choked or strangled. It's the gargling noise, and it's like someone is being hung.
Oh,
right.
That's kind of terrifying when you think about it.
Right. It's horrible. The actual sound itself is horrible. But my dad's very skeptic. He's on the other complete opposite end of the skeptic scale. So when he hears something, or when he, experiences something, it's all like, this is good. Like, this is the real stuff,
Yeah. So if he's that far of a skeptic, and Gem, we've been friends for a long time. You've seen the work that I do. You know what I do as far as my skeptic stuff. So when you have someone like that give you a phone call and say, "Hey, you've got to check this out."
Yeah.
You got some good shit.
Yep.
100%. Yeah. When I heard it, I was like, that's that. He didn't say what he thought it was, and I just looked at him. I was like, well, that's someone being hung. That's what that sounds like. That's what I would expect. I mean, I've never witnessed anything like that, but that's what I would expect, from someone being choked. It was insane, the noise. So, unfortunately, we're not allowed to use that EVP recording because of another team that we were involved with. So that sucks.
That does suck. But you know what? Sometimes that's the devil in the details of collabing with people from time to time. Unfortunately. I don't really collab with many people. I find it bad for business. Now, this weekend's an exception. I am collabing with another team, but it's for a college event to educate on the paranormal. So no one's getting paid for it. It's not like it's going on YouTube. So it's going to be just something fun.
Yeah. Yeah, we you run into your fair share of crooked people in the paranormal, and it's becoming more and more prevalent now, especially with all the young'uns, as I like to say, running around on YouTube, which is fine. You go off and do what you want, but it really gives the paranormal world a bit of a bad taste, I think.
It does. It does.
You're actually trying to be genuine.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you 150% on that. Because
there's a I'm not going to say the names. You know who I'm talking about, Nathaniel, that just fingernails on a chalkboard every time I flip something or YouTube, and they're there. You know who I'm talking about.
I'm pretty sure I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I don't give a damn. I'll call them out if that's who I think it is.
Well, they might be on the show one day, so that would be an interesting episode.
I don't think I'd ever have them on the show.
Well,
you know what? I would
somewhere. Yeah,
I take that back. I would if it was for me to call out how much shit they're faking.
Yeah, do. Everybody hates it, but people watch it.
But because it's all about entertainment now, like Ghost Adventures. Back in the day, Ghost Adventures was amazing when they first had Nick Groff and they first started out. Like, it was amazing. And over the last, I don't know, 8 or 9 years, it's just become nothing more than a I get possessed every episode shit show.
Yeah, it's a shit show. Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
That's exactly what it
Affected.
is.
Affected.
Yeah.
I'm affected. Oh, that. I can't help it. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna start doing that at events to see if I get views on my fucking channel.
Please, when we go to Salem, just fall on the floor and go,
I cannot
Glenn,
do that.
Morgan, help me. I'm affected. I
Look,
swear.
I would not be able to stop myself from laughing. Honestly, I would not be able to do it.
Please do it though.
I will video. I swear I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna put a camera up and he'll call out and say, Glenn, Morgan, I'm affected.
From her saying, please do it, I assume she's going to want the video if this happens.
Yeah. Absolutely, 100%.
It would be great.
No, just even get your recorder out, Matt. You might as well. You might as well just add a whole new level to it, you know.
See, Morgan agrees. It would be funny, Morgan. It would be great.
Well, as long as she's in on it, I'll consider.
Yeah.
I'll consider because I'm kind of curious how many psychics would run over to me and try to relieve me of the demon.
Oh, that would be epic.
But if you said affected and they didn't pick up on it, it would be, yeah.
Can we organize this for like a year's time, and I'll make sure I've got a plane ticket to come over.
There you go. It would be awesome.
You know what? If we could organize that, I'll agree to it. I'll do it.
All right.
I'm going to start looking at flights, see how much I need to save.
Because that would be funny. I'm not going to lie. I would probably enjoy it.
Awesome. Done.
So every paranormal investigator out there, you know, they typically have a wide arsenal of equipment.
Yes.
Are you more tech savvy or are you like old school style investigator?
Old school.
Same.
It's old school for me.
We were talking about that in the back.
Oh, well, I wasn't there yet.
Yeah, I know. We were chit-chatting. Because I was saying when I go in, I love all the equipment. I will try it out a couple times. That was what. But when I walk in, my flashlight, as we've gone through this, and I do like my recorder now, but and I do like my camera because you never know what you're going to catch on the camera that you just don't like. It's here and you don't see it.
Yeah.
So
and I'm the same way. Like I don't get me wrong. I'm a huge fan of things that beep and blinking lights. I swear to God, I'm partially autistic, but I love blinking lights and I love things that make noise.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, you know, you pay what, $160, $170 for a REM pod. I don't know what the currency rate is in Australia. I don't know what you guys use, but it's basically a junior Thermain kit that you can buy on Amazon for $20, and with a little bit of soldering, you can build your own.
Yes. Yeah.
that's what I'm about to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Glenn, do not burn your house down.
I won't. I promise.
Please don't do that.
I got
would
somebody
not
that's
be
going to help
good.
me. Yeah.
So out of all of these equipments, Gem, like what is your go-to?
Oh, there she is. There's Kate.
Okay.
Go to recorder. That's it.
Fair.
Recorder, camera. That's really all I like. Don't get me wrong. I'm like yourself. Nathaniel, I love the bleeping and the lights and all that kind of stuff. But we don't have any proof that it's a spiritual connection. Do you know what I mean? So we can be running and jumping and screaming and doing all that kind of stuff. Hi, Timothy. We could be running and doing all that kind of thing, but we don't know.
No, and I agree with you.
Scientific evidence to suggest that this is what's actually happening, that we are actually in contact with spirit. Have I had interactions with pieces of equipment that have seemed, I don't know whether it be coincidental or whether it was 100% that I was actually talking to something of another world.
Right.
Yeah, I absolutely have had that, but I still question it. I still go, well,
I feel like you have to.
Yeah, you have to. You do.
Yeah.
I have always been a huge fan of or sayer of a certain thing that I used to tell my daughter when she started getting into the paranormal. And I actually write this whole quote in my book, where when you get to the point where you think you know everything about the paranormal and the way the equipment's reacting, you no longer belong in the field because you're no longer open-minded.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because we don't know if there's a power surge causing these EMF detectors to go off. It could be.
Could be.
We don't know if someone's too close using a walkie-talkie, because certain two-way walkies will set off certain equipment. So, and there's multiple factors that people don't account for when they're in the moment in an area, and something starts going off. They automatically jump to, oh, it's a spirit. The mag light trick. You unscrew the mag light just enough to where you can ask the spirit to turn it on or off. Guess what? You still have that loose connection.
True.
So that
And I love my flashlight though, Nathaniel. I just do. But I get what you say too. Yeah.
But that loose connection can cause that flashlight to turn off and on. And here's the thing: is I saw this at Broadhead Manor, and when I was investigating with EVP Paranormal, I can't remember her name, top of my head.
Everything Vaguely Paranormal.
Yes.
The Texas group. Oh,
Shelly.
Yes, Shelly.
So I was investigating with Shelly upstairs, and she was doing the flashlight thing, and she had to ask 4 times for the flashlight to turn off, and it finally turned off, and she was like, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah.
Yes, 2 or 3 times for the flashlight to turn on. That's coincidental answering to me.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
Yeah.
I don't trust the flashlight thing. I do, however, I'm starting to kind of come around to cat balls. Because they require that physical motion.
True.
Yeah. So,
and it's the lights too.
I don't know if did you see Kenny Biddle's video about the cat ball?
Yes, I love Kenny.
I'm fascinated by him. I love him. He's brilliant. Yeah, we actually had. You probably didn't see it, but I'll send you it after this. We had a very good interaction with cat ball, and it wasn't just flashing or anything like that. It literally leapt off where it was. It
was, know what?
Insane.
Yes. Go ahead. Finish your story, and I'll tell you mine.
Yeah. So we were in a museum. It was a train museum, and it was our very first. It was right at the very beginning of our investigation. There was myself, my dad, who was on the camera, and my friend Kylie, and we were stood there, and I was explaining what this room was used for. And Kylie had set up bits of equipment, cat ball and REM pod and recorder and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't realize, but she'd put the cat ball on the windowsill. And as I'm telling the story of what this room was used for, the cat ball literally jumped off and rolled all the way down the other end of the room towards my dad's feet. And I was like, you see us all, we all go, what the hell?
Right.
My dad had no idea what was going on, because he was like, he didn't know it was there. I didn't know it was there. And then we figured out that the actual floor itself was, it had about a 2-inch lean on it from the door to the windowsill, which was sloping down towards the windowsill. That cat ball had to have come off that windowsill with some force to go uphill.
Right.
And it shot, like it literally shot across the room. It was insane. And that was a moment, I mean, that wasn't that long ago. That was probably about a year ago now, just over a year ago that happened. And that's the only cat ball interaction that I've had that I've actually gone, holy shit. So, what was that about? That was crazy. So yeah.
Mine is very similar. When me and Shelly, once again, EVP Paranormal, we were upstairs doing group tours for Broadhead Manor, the Paranormal Rockdown event. Yeah. We were in between groups, so I was kind of looking around the gift shop they have upstairs, right? We had a cat ball from the previous group that we had set up on, I think it was a bookshelf. And we're sitting there, she's on one side of the room, I'm on the other, and all of a sudden we hear this thunk, and we see a blinking light rolling across the floor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's been sitting there for like an hour. Yeah. So what we did was we sat it back up and we started jumping. Mind you, this building's an old school.
Yeah, it
is. So the floors are solid.
Yeah.
I will tell you that when we got close enough to it, where we were probably 3 feet apart and we jumped and hit the floor simultaneously, the ball did roll off. Yeah. But it rolled off and stayed right where it was. It didn't roll off and go across the room like we had experienced.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the same with us. We did the exact same thing. We were jumping up and down trying to get this thing to jump off like it did before. It didn't budge. Even when we were jumping up and down, it did not budge. And then I was sort of like behind it, was just tapping it off to see if we could get it to like roll across the floor the way that it did. And when it hit the ground, it just stayed there.
Yeah.
See, yeah, that's crazy to
And
me.
we were just like, we couldn't figure it out. And that was another one where my dad went paranormal 1, science nil.
Fair.
Well, I would love to see that if you
Yeah.
want to send it to both of
Yeah,
us. That
100%.
would be
I'll
cool.
send it.
I
Yeah,
would love
yeah,
it.
it was so good. I was very, very shocked about it. I do have a little bit of a video of me trying to recreate it, but the only bit we didn't get was because we were all like, "What just happened?" I think I don't know whether Dad flicked the camera off or it's us just stood there going, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
So
it didn't get us like jumping up and down and that. So that was a bit stupid of us, but it is what it is.
No, it wasn't.
If you send me that video, considering the fact that I'm having the first-hand account right here on this show,
Yeah,
I would love to do one of my breakdowns for my
Do it.
TikTok on that video, and then
Yeah.
basically tell them, look, I know for a fact this is legit,
yeah.
and
Do
kind
you
of
know what though? Even if you see anything on that video and you think it's bullshit, call it out 100%.
Oh, I will.
And that is what
We
I
will.
love about when I came across you, Nathaniel, when I came across your videos on TikTok, I was just like, this guy's fucking amazing. I love him because of the way you break stuff down and you explain it to people as wake up, people, like open your eyes. What you see, not everything that you see is genuine.
It's
And
not.
I didn't even think about it. I should have sent it to you ages ago. But my dad's been wanting to know what happened because one of our friends has got the video and he slowed it right down and he said it literally looks like it lifts off the ledge and then falls off and then goes flying. So I mean, I don't know.
That's exactly what I would do. As I would take it and I would run it through my still framing process, and if he's right, that's exactly what I'm gonna see.
Yeah.
Then I probably won't have a way to explain that.
I'd love for you to have a look at it 100% because I just can't. None of us can explain that. So yeah, do it.
Absolutely. So would you consider that probably one of your favorite investigations, or do you have an investigation that you've done? If it's a private residence or whatever, you don't have to give us the details because I know how client confidentiality works and all that. Is there a specific location you've ever been to that you would think would probably be your favorite spot that your team has ever been to?
This is not a location that my team have been, or that I've been with my team, but it was one that I went to.
So let's do both. You and your team, your favorite place, but you personally.
Okay, so yeah, the very first place that, I mean, obviously I love Beechworth Jail, Beechworth Asylum. I've said that.
Yep.
There's another place called J Ward, and it's actually a prison in a place called Ararat. And
one more time, what was that?
It's called J Ward, so it's a prison, a jail.
Yeah. No, I didn't hear the city.
Ararat.
I've heard of that. I can't remember why.
I have never heard of that before.
Yeah.
Probably because of the Aradale Asylum.
Okay.
That I have heard of.
Big famous asylum. Yeah, well, it's
okay.
Famous in Australia. It's brilliant. It's where oh God, can't even remember. Sam and Colby went there when they did their thing. I don't watch them. Don't judge me.
I am not judging. No judgment. But I'm sure you can tell from the faces you know who we were talking about earlier. Now.
We were just discussing this.
Do you know what? The one thing that I will give them is my daughter's watched them for a couple of years now, and she's only 13, so she's only really just getting into all of this stuff. And we've sat down and had many conversations about the stuff that she watches. But the one thing I will say is a couple of the videos that I have seen, they've injected some history into the beginning of their videos, which is actually really good. And that's probably about as far as it goes for me.
I will absolutely give them credit for that. I agree with you because a lot of the mainstream YouTubers that you find nowadays, they don't do that. They ignore the history altogether, like it doesn't exist.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's probably the only positive feedback I've got for. Not that they really give a shit anyway, because they've built their empire. So it is what it is, you know.
Look, either way, they're making more money than all three of us combined.
Yes. Oh, exactly right. 100%. We don't make anything but from what we do.
No.
I don't either. The only thing I make money from is my book sales and my coffee sales.
Oh, I will say this. Gemma would like an autographed copy of your book. Can you look her up at that, please?
I will see what I can do.
So obviously I'll speak to you a little bit later anyway about it, but the Amazon thing here in Australia is obviously very different from over there. So I can't actually download the audio file for your book. So I would like a hard copy.
Okay.
If you have.
Yeah. So let me see what I sell at the main at the Salem Paracon, and I'll see if I can work that out for you.
Easy done. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, because I think I've got 25 copies, maybe 25 copies left. So if I don't sell out at the main Paracon, then or why do I keep saying Maine? I want to go back to Maine so bad.
Yeah,
But,
Salem.
Salem Paracon, Salem. I was just there last week, and I know the city. But so if I don't sell out at the Salem Paracon, I'll see what I can work out for you. If not, then the next book order that I do, I will make sure you get one.
Perfect. Thank you. Awesome. Or you could just hold one for me and I'll just pay the money right now.
I mean, that's always doable as well. I got to look at, I have no idea what it would cost to ship to Australia.
I've got no idea either. Good luck.
Daniel, for everybody that's watching, how much are your hard copy books? If you see you at the Paracon, how much are they?
At the Paracon?
Yeah.
So at the Paracon, I'm doing $20 and that's signed.
Yep. Okay.
So
that what? $20?
Yep.
Why don't you make it 30?
She's trying to make you some.
So I would say don't tempt me to do that, because I here's the thing is,
if you're signing it though, I think I think you should.
But who wants my signature? Let's be honest.
I'm getting one. I'm getting one.
I guarantee you there'll be a few people.
More than a few. I know some people that aren't going to be able to come to Salem that are doing the Amazon.
But I also don't want to feel like I'm overpricing, because I know when you go to a lot of these events, I mean, books typically run $20 to $25. That's what you're paying for a book.
They do, yeah.
So I feel like 20 is fair. I was originally going to do 15 because I didn't want to really make a profit on the book. I just wanted the book out there. And then
yes, yeah, it really sort of gets my goat, that does, when like it annoys me, because writing a book is an art form to me. That's what I believe.
It is.
And anybody that's willing to spend money on books is a lover of books. I'm a lover of books. I've got plenty of books. I just Googled it, by the way. That's what I was doing on my phone. $20 US is $31 Australian. I'd be happy to pay $50 for a book.
That's up to you.
Yeah. So just so you know.
Well, I will leave that up to you. I'm saying 20, but if you want to pay 50, I'm not going to turn it down.
We'll put it into what you're doing.
Which actually, you know what?
Spend a lot of time putting stuff together, and they deserve a lot more money than what they put their shit out.
Well, that could work out too, though, because that honestly could cover a majority of the shipping costs.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So let's discuss that after the show, Gem.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would be glad to make sure you get a copy.
Yeah, definitely. Done.
Just do me a favor. Once you read it, leave a review, because apparently no one else believes in leaving reviews.
It's hard to get people to leave reviews.
Yeah.
You know what? Don't even write anything. Just hit the star button. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, pretty much.
But so moving forward, so when you guys established Hecktic Paranormal, that was in 2021?
Yes.
Okay, so what was the first location you guys went to as an established team?
It was actually a private case we went to. I believe, if I remember rightly. So we obviously 2021, height of the old flu season, as I like to call it.
There you go.
Very hard times.
Started right in the middle, and I don't know if any of you guys know, but Melbourne was literally, where I'm from, Victoria, was literally in lockdown for 180 days. It was
quite a while.
Yeah, we had periods of, you can go out till 9 p.m. and then all of a sudden you couldn't go out till 9 p.m. and it was just ridiculous. We were up and down. So a lot of our stuff we actually started obviously online, and we were doing podcasts with different people from around the world and getting to know people and meeting new people here in our home state. And then we obviously, because we were online, we were getting a lot of emails about private locations and things like that. We no longer do private home stuff. We just, big not long story, but there was a lot of things that we had to take into consideration, and it really we just couldn't do it in the end. It was becoming a lot. It was becoming very draining. And I don't think Australia is as big with the home investigation stuff as what America would be, or England. So
believe it or not, it's not very big here.
Yeah.
I get the occasional, like once every 6 months or so, phone call. Hey, I need assistance. Can you come and help me out?
Yeah.
But from someone who has done home investigations before, I feel like you can agree with me that it's a completely different beast when it comes to going and doing like a public place.
100%. Yeah.
There's so much you have to take into account. You want to make sure you're not leaving the family with more problems than they had when you got there. For one. And that's the main thing, is the family safety security.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, when they're novice in the paranormal and they're new to it, and they start taking on these residential cases, they go in there and then they start doing what they see on YouTube or on certain ghost hunting shows, and they start poking at the ghost. They start poking the bear with a stick.
Yeah.
And they don't realize the detrimental effects that could have on the clients that they have after they leave.
Right.
100%. And the other side of the coin as well is a lot of the houses that I have been to have been psychological issues.
Yes.
So, you know, if you've got a team that's going in there and going, oh, well, you've got this and you've got the devil and you've got, you know, whoever demigod, and I don't know.
Don't
you know
use the D word here. No, I'm joking.
Well, I will tell you guys this. We have like a questionnaire before we even go to somebody about medications and health issues and mental.
Oh, mine goes into very deep detail. I mean, I ask personal questions that make people uncomfortable. Let's put it that way.
And so you should as well. Yeah,
because I need to know about any kind of mental trauma that could have happened.
Yes.
I ask about physical abuse, sexual abuse. I ask about drug abuse. I ask all different kinds of questions. And people are like, well, why do you need to know this? I do need to know this because I need to know that you are psychologically sound.
Yep.
And some of them, they get offended by it. And I'm like, look, if you don't want to answer the questionnaire, that's okay. I'm not forcing you. But what I can tell you is, if you do not answer this questionnaire, I need you to go and have a psychiatric evaluation done before I will ever consider helping you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because you don't know what you're getting into.
No, you really don't.
No. And that was the other thing that really sort of put a stop on all the home stuff, was you don't know what situation you're walking into. One time in particular that it was actually very, very dangerous, and we just was nah, it's time to go. And it wasn't because of anything spiritual or ghosts or demons or anything like that. It was human.
The person.
We needed to get the hell out of there.
You know, and that's a scary situation to be in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, obviously, my dad's always with us anyway, but
that's good.
Dad's a good bullshit artist pickup. So
yeah. So can I ask you, a physical person aside, has there ever been a situation that you've been in when you're doing these investigations that you actually at one point in time were like, you jumped or you got spooked, you got scared?
Yeah, but it definitely wasn't spiritual. I don't get scared. I'm not that type of girl.
I don't either, so I get it.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't go running and screaming and all that kind of stuff, you know.
Hang on, real quick. Not trying to interrupt you, Gem. Before Morgan comments, yes, I did jump a few times during a horror movie the other day during some really quick jump scares that I wasn't expecting. That doesn't mean I was scared. I just jumped.
Definitely.
I didn't want her to call me out on that, but okay, continue.
I can't remember, what was I saying?
He was asking about. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, something that scared you. That
the jump scare thing. Yeah. So it was actually, my brother was on an investigation with us at a place called the Bundura Homestead, and basically it's just a little sort of farm area that's comprised of a church, a schoolhouse, the main homestead, stables, all that kind of thing. So they're all sort of sectioned out. We were in the main homestead, and there was me, another guy that was on us doing the investigation, and then my brother, who's yet to come into the equation. So I stood there, and we were using the SLS camera at the time. And again, I'm skeptical with those things as well. Yeah, it's just, yeah, it is. That's a whole other topic.
Yeah.
So basically, the guy that I was with was petrified of being in the dark, and he was just any noise, he absolutely crapped his pants, and you know, it was a whole thing. Anyway, my brother was coming from the reception area into the main homestead, and he hit the door jamb on the way in by accident because it was dark. Obviously, all the lights are off, and this guy, I jumped because of this guy that was stood next to me, and he literally grabbed hold of me and threw me in the direction of the door. And I've never been so scared in my entire life, and it had nothing to do with spirit. I wondered what the hell was going on, and then I just saw my brother's face like right here in front of me, and I was like, "What the hell, man?"
That is fair. You know what? I will gladly say that is a fair reason.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. So that's probably
Absolutely.
the only time that I've ever been actually genuinely scared, and it wasn't even because of anything paranormal.
That's awesome. You know what? I'm a firm fan of, if you're in a dark area and you have an opportunity, especially if the night's going slow and you're not having much activity, if you have an opportunity to jump scare your cohorts, you do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Especially if it's a rookie on the scene as well. Like you got to give them
fresh meat. Yes,
fresh meat.
They are the best. Exactly. They're the best to jump scare.
Love them.
They all scream like little bitches.
Yeah. You got to give them at least one.
Just one. Yeah.
So, guys, I just realized we're just about at the hour.
I was going.
We're going to run a little bit over.
He's a time Nazi.
I am. So we're going to run a few minutes over. So before I get into my typical 3 questions that I end every single podcast with, Jim, where can people find you, and where can people find Hecktic Paranormal?
So we are currently on TikTok. Obviously, we are on Facebook and Instagram. We don't really use the Instagram as much as we do our Facebook. That's where we put all of our main content. I'm in the background. So actually, we've had a bit of a hiatus. I've been doing a lot. We've all sort of been having life stuff going on that has sort of pushed the paranormal stuff to the back. This is the first podcast, or this is the first interaction with any other paranormal person for a very long time. So.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, it seems good. Thank you for having me. I really do appreciate you asking us to come and have a chat with you. But so the YouTube's in the background. I've got lots of little things that I'm working on at the moment. Something actually sort of slightly comedy related, but paranormal. And I hope people don't take offense to it, but there's probably going to be a fair few people out there that will. I'm sure you guys, after speaking to you guys today, I'm sure you guys will appreciate what's coming up. So
I'm sure I will.
Yeah,
that will hopefully going to start that out on our YouTube. And I'm currently getting into the world of editing properly and putting together all our clips of things that we've done, investigations and all that kind of stuff. So fingers crossed all that works out and I can get it out there soon.
Look, you'll get it done. Let me tell you, from someone who edits all of my own intro videos personally, let me tell you, it's a pain in the ass.
Oh, yeah, God, yeah, I know.
It is a pain.
I'm not looking forward to it at all.
Oh, it's not fun. So,
I do. How many, Nate? A lot. I do a lot.
You know what? You do too many to count. You do too much. You need to make the other people get off their butts and do it themselves like I do.
Well, Nate is my guy.
I'm joking.
Nate does his, and if I asked him to help me, he's my go-to. Sometimes I get overwhelmed. So
yeah,
but I do a lot of them, and it's a lot. It's a lot. That's why mine are kind of cutting. I set them up, and that's the big deal. But then I drop your picture in and drop your information, and I do every 6 months. I revamp it. Yeah.
But it works. Yeah. So Gem, I typically end off my podcast with 3 questions, 2 of which are multi-part questions. So the first question is going to be a single part, second to a multi-part, so technically it's 5 questions.
Yeah.
Question number 1.
Yes.
Every paranormal investigator out there has a bucket list. Anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
You have a bucket list spot that you have an all-access paid trip to go to and spend a few days. where are you going?
Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh, good choice. I love that
That's a
choice.
good answer.
Yeah, I've watched
Question-
everything. There's not anything that I haven't watched about that
And
place.
it's such an interesting location too.
It is.
And
That's a
I
whole other
personally, I would love to visit Skinwalker Ranch. I've seen the
Yeah.
gates of Area 51, but never
Yeah.
been to Skinwalker Ranch. That
Yeah,
place would be
that's
amazing.
Yeah.
I love that guess. So question number 2.
Yes.
You have one person you can bring along with you. They can be alive or dead.
Yeah.
They do not have to be involved in the paranormal. It's just a person you think
Yeah.
would accommodate you well. Who are you bringing with you to Skinwalker Ranch, and why are you picking that person?
I am. The first person that pops into my head is Michael Jackson.
That would be interesting. Yeah. Yep.
One, because he's actually really well, he was really funny. And 2, just because music. I mean, he could sing to me.
Hey,
our
that's
road trip.
fair. I mean, he might scare away any skinwalkers that are around. Just like he kind of looks like one at like when he died. He kind of had that resemblance. But
I can't even say what I want to say because it is highly offensive.
But I love that. I've not had Michael Jackson as an answer before, so that's a new one. I've not had Skinwalker
that's
Ranch as
unique.
an answer before, so we got 2 brand new answers I've not had before.
Perfect.
So we got Skinwalker Ranch. You're
Yep.
bringing Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You got one piece of equipment in your arsenal, or not in your arsenal, that you would like to acquire, that you can bring with you. What
Yeah.
piece of equipment are you bringing with you, and why?
That's a tough question. Probably because I'm going to the Skinwalker Ranch, it would probably have to be like a compass of some description.
I like
Like
that.
a functional. Yeah, I think it'd have to be a compass.
I like that because that shows she knows what she's talking about when it comes to the ranch, because
Yep.
compasses love to malfunction on the ranch.
Yeah, I'm fascinated by that, and I want to know why. And nobody seems to be able to figure it out. So
those are excellent answers. And guys, we're about 5 minutes over, and I told you I was going to hold you to an hour. We're running a little bit over, but Gem, thank you so much for coming on the show and spending an hour with us tonight.
No, you're welcome.
I am fascinated with the conversation. I want to know so much more about Australia, just in case I ever decide to visit and have something that's in the wild kill me, because it's probably going to happen.
But you guys have got somewhere to come and stay if you want to come over and
Hey,
explore.
watch what you say now. You may have some visitors.
But no, I greatly appreciate you coming on the show, discussing your experiences, and I had an absolutely great time talking to you. If you wouldn't mind hanging out in the background for about 5, maybe 6 minutes, I think Gwen has 1 or 2 more closing ads to run, and then I got some post podcast questions to ask you.
Yep, no stress, all good.
All right, I'm
Awesome.
gonna drop you back. See you in a minute.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Gwen, I
love
feel
her.
like that was an excellent show.
Yes, love her.
Yeah, you know, I love Australia, but I'm so afraid to visit. I'm not gonna lie.
I want to go to Australia. I've always wanted to go to Australia and New Zealand, and but my bucket list is Scotland. So
Yeah, Scotland's always on my bucket list, obviously. But
I'm
Australia,
obsessed, so.
Australia's been on my list for a while. It's just I am so afraid that as soon as I step off the plane or the boat, I'm going to die.
So you think that as you walk down the ramp or whatever, there's going to be snakes and spiders just waiting for you, like with little magazines?
Something's going to bite me, or I think Australia even has those gimpy plants that give you that really painful rash. Like
I believe they do, but you know,
I don't want none of that. I don't want the smoke. I don't want Australia's smoke at all, because I would not survive.
poor Nate. But we would, you know what? We would bring you back and we would bury you or cremate you, whatever. We would do it well. We would.
Oh, you would hate to know what my last wishes are. We're not even going to go over that on the air. But guys, tonight, that was the Paranormal Unveiled podcast with Gem Hughes from Hecktic Paranormal, all the way over there in Australia.
Yes.
She joined us today, and I thank you so much for spending that hour with us, Gem. I feel like it was a great, amazing conversation. Guys, join us next week. I believe we have Joe Frankie on, or Joe Frankie, as I pronounce it Frankie, I always have, but Joe Frankie from Nesper coming on the show next week. It's going to be an amazing episode. Well, if I can make sure it works, because like he's very bad at responding to text messages. But you know what? I'm working on it, Gwen. I'm actually probably going to just call him tomorrow and make sure it's all worked out.
Probably be best. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be best. He doesn't do the texting thing very well. But guys, join us next week. Same spooky time, same spooky channel. Y'all have a good night, and I'll see you next week. Thank you for tuning in.